Good evening, everyone.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is the Riddle Sports Podcast. And normally we talk about sports here on this podcast, but today we're going to go in a different route. We're going to talk about autism, something that's needed in the world and we all need knowledge of. And we need to know the deep depths of autism, man. I'm telling you, it is very, very important that we all know that information. And I am here with Miss Latrinda Dixon, and she is going to talk about autism and the individuals that's been discriminated and mistreated. So this is a very, very special presentation for her. Please, man, please, everybody around the world, give her a thumbs up. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Latrinda Dixon. All right, Miss Dixon.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here live to discuss individuals with intellectual disabilities, and that's on the autism spectrum, being in the community. There's a lot of discrimination that's taking place because these individuals can't advocate or speak for themselves, or some may be nonverbal. In this world today, and I'm not just speaking from one state, I'm talking nations, it's a major problem. Because someone has a disability, they should not be singled out. They should not be discriminated against. They all have rights and equal rights. Some may not know their rights, and so they fall short and they get taken advantage of. Being out in a community, in a setting, I will give an example to what brought this to come up. Here in Winston-Salem, the YMCA, they statement mission is that they help families of all types, and that was not the case. I had an incident that took place at the Y, and my son, who's autistic, he's 26 years old, he's autistic, he's on the spectrum. He had an episode, and during that episode, the CEO, she got bumped in his transaction. She was not the intended target during this episode. An episode meaning an outburst that happens with individuals who suffers from schizophrenia. So he just had an outbreak, and she came in a crossfire, so she became something like the target. So he was told to never to come back there again. Like I said, she was never the target, but because she came out into where the situation was happening, she became the target. He was trying to exit the building. He was trying to get the safety because it was so much commotion, so much light, so much noise. And he's normally not in that type of environment. On behalf of individuals with special needs, I would like to make my voice heard to mothers that's suffering. I've been seeing that there's been discrimination at churches with individuals with disabilities, at water parks, splash play areas, in the mall locations. So it's like I said, it's everywhere, and it's not fair. Just because they have a disability, that don't mean they're not able, that they're not individuals, that they're not human. They're human just like we are, but limited to what they can do. How they feel, how they express themselves is limited. So why are people judging, isolating, excluding them from being part of the community? That's not fair. That's not fair. And each and everyone that knows and sees these things, they need to speak up, take a stand. It's the saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And as a mother, I'm not falling for anything. I'm standing up for what I know is right for my child and what is right for other people that's afraid to stand up. that don't have a voice to speak, that don't have nobody that can advocate for them. As a mother, that's a different note. That's a different type of hurt. That's a different type of pain. When you see your child, the one you birthed, being judged, being slandered, being mistreated, being pushed to the back burner when they don't have a voice. Taking advantage of individuals as such is a disgrace to the human race. It's not fair. It's not right. We all need to take a stand. Speak up. They have parks that's designated for individuals with special disabilities, but that's not everywhere. Everyone don't have that access. So in the community, they should have access to that. They should be able to go to a park and play as regular individuals. They should be able to go to a community center and do different things that they're capable of doing at their own pace. They should be able to do that without being judged, without being turned away, without being told to never come back again because they had an outburst that was under their not they didn't have no control over it. It was not under their control. Their thinking is not the same way as we think. We all are individuals. We all have our different flaws. It may not be noticed to the single eye, but we all have different things that's wrong with us, that's within us. No two people are the same. So can you imagine if we all was the same, we all did the same, we all moved the same, we all left our house at the same time? Can you imagine the chaos and the ruckus? Think about the individual. That's what goes on in their brain daily. Chaos and ruckus. And they trying to make sense of things. And they're not able to. And that's okay. Dare to be different. It's okay to be different. But you don't have to be singled out because you're different. You don't have to be isolated because you're different. You don't have to be secluded because you're different. It's not right. It's not fair. Let's take a stand.
Ms. Dixon, I think your presentation was very deep, and I can understand I can feel the sincerity in your voice about discrimination, to autistic individuals, and I think this is good for you, and I'm glad that this platform is here for you to get your point across. Ladies and gentlemen, that's watching her, please take heed to her words. I mean, this is something that needs to be addressed, not just to her child, but to many more mothers around the world that's going through the exact same thing that she's going through. Let's really start to give into that about autism, because we hear, Latrina, we talk about mental health, and we kind of polarize that a lot. About mental health is something that needs to be addressed, and this is definitely something that needs to be addressed. And it's important to remember that individuals with autism, autism is protected by the law from discrimination. And if you or someone that's experiencing autistic discriminate or autism discrimination, and there are resources available to help you address the situation and ensure equal opportunities, man. And that's what it's about. And that's what we represent here on this podcast. We represent equal opportunity. I really want to thank Miss Dixon for coming through and just really pouring her heart out to what autistic discrimination and what she's going through. And again, if you are watching, please, if you want to, if they can reach out to you on Facebook, anybody around the world that's going through, because guarantee you this world is big and we all go through the same exact things, but just different ways. If you have a child that's autistic and you're going through the same things for us, discrimination, please reach out to someone immediately. We should not be going through that. We should not be going through that at all. It's enough that we have to go through racial discrimination, but you know, this right here is just not good. And again, I want to thank Ms. Dixon. She did a tremendous job here today. I know it was a little nerve-wracking for you, but that was very good. And again, you guys just watching, everybody that's watching, man, please take heed to what she says. You can find Miss LaTrinda Dixon on Facebook if you would like. You can share your story with her, and she and feel free, please feel free, man. She is open to the public, man. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. And again, support autistic discrimination. Thank you.
Thank you.